Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and it is time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and we do a few reality shows on the side for now. And one of those daytime TV shows that we're doing is General Hospital. Now, I'm just gonna go right into it. So General Hospital, this week that I saw, which was basically from May 14th to May 18th. So it was great because the pacing was perfect. Like, it was actually really good. I actually, because, you know, I binge watch these shows. So I watched all 5 of them in a row last night, and I didn't even know that I had done it. Like, I thought I was only on 4, and I had finished all 5. So I was like, wow, all right. So this week was the annual Nurses Ball. Okay, so here's my thoughts on the Nurses Ball, or what I've seen so far of the Nurses Ball. There's a lot going on. Okay, first of all, they had the opening number, Everyday People. You know, I am everyday people. Yeah, yeah. You know, that whole Sly and the Family Stone, that Everyday People. Right, so the nurses sang that, except I didn't see Brad, which was kind of weird because he's always in with all the nurses, so he wasn't in that one. So that was kind of strange. However, we did get to see Deanna. I was trying to remember her name. I know her real name is Dione, but I knew it was close, and it was Deanna as her name on the show. She actually got to perform, and she did a really good job too. So that was great. And of course, you know, I love me some Amy, but I think it's time that Amy got her own number, to be perfectly honest with you. I think it's time that we let Amy perform on her own, right? I mean, she's a great singer. She's a great little actress. I mean, she can easily do something. Now, and she's been on the show for years. So here's the thing, though. They did let Detective Cutie Pie sing a song, and he was really cute. I didn't realize he's so tall. Oh my God, he's huge. Like, he towered over the female dancers. I was like, oh, wow, he is very tall. Okay, I mean, he looks kind of tall on the show, but you never know. You really never know. And you know what? I think that my judgment of people's height is a little bit off. You know, like, even people that I've met in person, I might see them like, God, you're really tall. I don't get it. So, or when you see someone, you're like, oh, they're kind of short. You know, I think that is off. But then again, maybe that they're shot in a specific way to make them look different than they really are. I don't know. But he did a really good job. He was very, very cute. He thought he was going to be performing with all of the other policemen, and then right before he went on, they told him, no, it's just going to be you. But he did a really good job, like a very good job. And basically what happened was Hamilton, or Finn, you know, was kind of proud, even though he didn't really even know Chase growing up. And then also Jordan, because he had mentioned to Jordan, he's like, I really want to make the department proud. And she's like, you know, he's like, I'm really looking forward to it. But then there was like, okay. Now, here's the thing that makes this a little bit implausible. My thing is, okay, if you are supposed to do a number with a whole group of people, now, if you can't all rehearse together, okay, that's fine. But, I mean, where were they supposed to be? And were they supposed to sing along, or were they supposed to, I mean, it just didn't sound, the actual number itself did not look like it could have possibly been, that they would have fooled him into thinking that they were going to still be performing. First rehearsal, they would have been like, what's going on, right? I mean, that's what I think. But I get it, it's a show, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Curtis did a little magic act with Nina, and then he ended up doing a magic act with Jordan. And he proposed to her on stage in front of everyone. Now, Jordan had just finished talking about how she hates surprises, but she loved it, and she said yes, of course. And so that was the best. That was awesome. Okay, and then okay, so Alexis, you know, was supposed to receive this award that was supposed to be given to her by Finn. But Finn ends up... Okay, so let's go back, because this is where things get a little bit convoluted. Okay, so we know that Heinrich Faison is Peter August, right? And we know that Valentine Cassadine and Peter August are well acquainted and they know what's going on, right? So all these people are slowly starting to find out about Heinrich, aka Peter. So Griffin stops by Peter's office and he tells Peter, you have to leave town. You've got to leave town. And so then what happens is Valentine sees Griffin leaving Peter's office and he's like, how do you know Griffin Monroe? And he's like, because, you know, they had that issue with Charlotte. And he's like, well, he knows who I am. And he's like, and then he starts stuttering. Valentine starts stuttering, which, you know, that's when he's really pissed off, is when he actually starts stuttering. And also kind of when he's a little bit scared, too, is when he starts stuttering. So anyways, he says, you have just sealed your fate. And he's like, no. He said he wouldn't say anything. And I said I wouldn't say anything to the medical board about him running my DNA test without asking me. So, yeah. Okay, so that's going on. They've got all these other people, you know, Robert Scorpio, who was on the trail of Heinrich. He ends up getting kidnapped by Valentine, basically. We found out it was Valentine. And stored in this little room. And he was drugged. So he was going back and forth in consciousness, and finally he was able to get out of the room. But we'll pause there. So all these people are slowly starting to find out about Heinrich / Peter / he's just left a lot of, like, for example, he left the lighter that Cesar Faison had in his office, and Sam found it. And he had just talked about how he never picked up smoking. So she knows that that's not his lighter, that it belongs to Cesar Faison. So, okay, so all these people, I mean, like, it's going to be coming to an end very shortly, I guarantee you. And not just that, but Anna has been emailing Peter as his mother, and saying, I'll meet you. And, you know, he says, meet me at the piers at midnight. So, okay, so let's stop. Now, Anna had gone to Alexis to have Alexis remodify her will, just so that she could leave money to all of her heirs, which meant Heinrich, as well as Robin and Emma, and Patrick, I guess. Okay, so... what happened was, I'm sorry, I'm trying to, okay. So what happened was, you know, Finn was doing a dress rehearsal with Alexis, and then he knocks over her briefcase, and then he sees that Anna has a will and testament, and he freaks out. So he goes to Anna and he says, I'm sorry, you know, I've always had feelings for you, and I know that you're dying. And she's like, I'm not dying. He's like, well, whatever, I don't care. I'm glad I said it. And so Alexis, of course, overheard, and she was mortified. And Molly, because he was supposed to be giving her an award on stage, and he was backstage with Anna, talking to Anna. So this whole Finn and Alexis thing is pretty much done, which is really unfortunate. But you know what, though? I think that General Hospital has a really good way of putting a pin in things and then coming back to them later. Now, they don't do it like Young and the Restless, where they do it 20 years later. You know, they'll revisit it. But they will revisit it. I'm sure they probably will. It probably will be revisited shortly. But until then, he's kind of off the table for Alexis. Okay, that's great. So Molly gets up to give the speech instead. And so she gives this wonderful speech about her mom. And then her mom was just so mortified. She was like, okay, I'm leaving. and so she didn't, I mean, it was a little bit crazy. But anyways, so that happened. And then the last number was Valentine was singing a number, and it was cute, whatever, I guess. It was, I'm sorry, I thought it was a little bit boring. Not boring, it was a little slow. And I'll just tell you why. Just because the pacing of the show up until that point had been one number after another, had been, you know, one story right after. I mean, it was really fast flowing, and then it all came to a screeching halt for Valentine's song. And then, but the best part was, well, it's not the best part, but the most dramatic part, which I thought it was the end of Thursday's show, but it actually was the end of the Friday show. And if you think about it, it kind of makes sense. Valentine finishes his song, and next thing you know, Robert Scorpio's on stage and he punches him out. That was great. I love that. Okay, anyways, thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Angel Benton. You can hashtag GH to talk General Hospital, or you can also hashtag RHOBH or Real Housewife shit to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills final episode, next episode. And you can also hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel to get my YouTube videos sent to your email inbox every single day. And while you're there, you can look around for my Storytime with Angel Benton series. Alrighty, everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.